Welcome to Season 4 of the Ward's Way podcast. So we're here live in Manteo, North Carolina at the 22nd Annual Carolina Boat Builder Foundation Tournament. Join us as we celebrate 75 years in business, and we're just getting started. Welcome to Season 4 of the Ward's Way podcast. We're here live in Manteo, North Carolina at the 22nd Annual Carolina Boat Builders. And I'm here with Justin Montes, the CEO of DeAngelo Marine Exhaust. And if you know, you know, we are in the place to be in Wanchese, North Carolina.
Thank you for having me, Christine.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love it.
So I feel like this is kind of funny because you and I, we can see each other in Fort Lauderdale, but I feel like I see you more in like Monaco, Wanchese, all over the world.
All over, yeah.
So, but it's interesting because both of us are Fort Lauderdale companies, family businesses, and we understand, if you know, you know, Wanchese.
Yep.
But why are you guys here? What are you guys?
We're here for this.
100%.
The weather, the mecca of sportfish custom builders. It's crazy. And like you said, we're in Fort Lauderdale. Probably everybody knows us from the yachts and all that.
Right.
If you're in the biz and you know, the prestige of this small area
Correct.
is just like none other.
And what I find so phenomenal is that we would have to go to a very expensive event that the VIP ticket would be really hard to get to, or you would have to sponsor something incredible to be around as many builders on the yachting side and the principals of those companies. Whereas here, it is very much family. They're all family-run businesses, multi-generational, which we understand. And there's just a welcome hospitality. You can shake hands and sit there as you were watching yesterday, the captain's briefing rundown. And there's three boat builders standing next to each other with all their boats in this tournament, and it was just camaraderie and man handshake.
T-shirts, you'd never know.
Yeah.
And that it's like a breath of fresh air when you
It
come
is.
here. Again, Fort Lauderdale, the hustle and bustle of the yachting industry. You're always
But we see these boats there too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, at
and
this
so that's
scale.
why.
Yeah, and the hustle and bustle, you're always up against a deadline. You come here, and I remember the first time I came.
Yeah.
And we visited, Bayless, and we're looking to talk to somebody, and there's John Bayless in PPE gear
Right.
going to town, and I'm like, oh my goodness.
Right.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Yo,
Let's take a
come
break.
in. Yeah,
come on
exactly.
in.
Exactly.
It's Southern hospitality.
It is. So what does DeAngelo Exhaust do as part of the build?
So we want to get involved at the beginning, with
Okay.
these are money-making machines here. So
Yep.
you can't just slap on a pipe, right?
Right.
We're dealing with
Everything's custom.
Oh yeah, and yeah, everything's a custom build. The engines now are at a level where we got to get the back pressure right. We got to make sure that everything's cool. We don't want to cook up the fiberglass. So it's an engineered solution, as
100%.
you know. And every boat is different. Everything is custom. Inches here mean everything. So we want to get involved. Again, the prestige of working with these builders is just something like. It's like if you're in the biz, you just want it. It's not about supplying product. We want to build relationships here, and and the place is great. The weather's great. I mean, we flew in, and I remember the person at the car rental was like, "How you doing?" Hey, and it's like, "Oh my God!"
I know.
Everybody's so friendly here. It's like
It's almost creepy sometimes. And the first time you come here, like, why is everybody so nice?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
And then you go back, and you're like,
Oh my God, they remember you.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I haven't been here, I try to come about 2 times a year, but in that interim, I'll go back to a restaurant and they're like, "Oh, good to see you again." And I'm like, "You remember me?"
Exactly.
It's true.
Daryl's this morning. We're having breakfast. It's the
Daryl's,
same crowd
yep,
that comes
absolutely.
in. Yeah. And the Dare County Foundation. That's what it's all about. Raising money for these kids, keeping it here, keep the history going, and providing funds for them to go to school, come back and get in the business. And that's why you end up with product like this.
Multi-generational. Agree.
Yeah, exactly.
Agree. They're getting kids in middle schools building skiffs, that they're selling and auctioning off, and the money goes directly back into Dare County schools.
Auction, they got one there.
I know.
And then they're going out, and you see the young kids, and it's like they're buttoned up, man. They're ready to go.
So tell me the technology, anything that you have done specific. I know for us, from the electrical side, doing the power management for a sportfish that's going to either be, off the coast here or in Costa Rica or all over in some of the most beautiful remote places of the world. What have you done? What's interesting on the exhaust side that is not something, because your space is limited?
I was just going to go there.
Yeah.
It's the space, right?
Okay.
This isn't a
Real
200
estate,
foot,
yeah.
Yeah. So you know, like Caterpillar came out with the Cat C32 with the triple turbos. That to get all three collectors, we had to make like a custom header and in a vertical and a horizontal orientation, because you may not have room and you may not have room. So it's a lot of custom designs, a lot of sharp turn radiuses.
Yep.
So the elbows you're using, you can't just buy them off the shelf.
Of course.
They got to be custom manufactured. You got to fit the surge tees in there. You got to make sure everything. And if you're backing down a big
Right.
fish, you can't let water back in and flood the engine. So it's a lot of that, which honestly our team, and I'm sure it's the same with you, they like that. They
Yes.
want to get involved in
I
something
agree.
complicated, you know? So to see the engineers and then they get the wheels turning and everything like that, it's
I think
great.
what it is, I know for our team, they know that this boat is being used in a very specific way, which is to go offshore in not the best weather, in not in some of the most remote places, as I said before, and perform well.
Oh,
the
yeah.
boat has to perform to its peak in order for them to be successful. So I feel like it gives us, I know, an ultimate goal in working to that, and I'm sure
Yeah.
that that's the same.
And that the reputation of Ward's Marine,
Oh.
right? That's why you have it. It's because you're doing jobs like that.
And the
just
same
great.
thing with DeAngelo now. So family business, how's that been going? How long have you been CEO?
Whew. So I've been back now for 4 years. So
Okay.
obviously my father has been the sole owner since 2004. So, you know, summer jobs.
Sure.
My dad called it hey, you want to go to college or you want to do this? He'd kind of throw me in pressing elbows and doing all that. I was like, yeah, I think I need to go to college. And then coming back, and now back for 4 years, kind of taking over as my dad steps down. It's like the greatest gift you could ever be given.
Amazing, isn't it?
It's like a niche company. The DeAngelo family did so well. The brand is known, and it's like here. And I'm just like, how lucky am I? And like trying to take it from where my father came from, big business, and was all about, you know, inventory controls, process management, and all
Yep.
that. And now I'm coming in, and I like to play with robotics and all
Yeah.
the technology. He's like, hey, you got all these welders. What can we do? It's fun. It's
Right.
fun. You know, out of college, I was doing consulting, and that's cool too, but it's a job. And here, you know, if I'm ever bored in the office, I just walk the floor and say, hey, what are you building? Cool.
Right.
That's a turbine exhaust? Tell me about it.
Right.
And I was like,
Well,
so
and I think it matters to your company, and I think it says a lot too that you are here. You didn't send your salesperson. Actually, both of us are here
Yeah.
because we understand the importance of the Outer Banks and the incredible amount of talent that's in this Outer Banks small Roanoke island that people, if you didn't know it existed, you could absolutely overlook it. But
Yep.
once you know, this is the epicenter of all sportfish
Yep.
building in Carolinas.
I'll never forget, we got invited to one of the boat launches of one of the builders, and the service manager took me on, and I don't come from boating, so I don't know nothing. And I'm like, you know, Andy, tell me what's special here. And he took me in and showed me the cabinetry. He's like, Justin, look at the lines. Like, you don't understand the kind of custom craftsmanship, and this is all
Sure.
handmade, like to the highest tolerance. And I'm like, oh, and you can clearly see the difference. And now, being around, it's like, oh wow, that's custom made.
Well, and I can tell you how important the cabinetry is and how valued it is that we have actually done panel work where the panels, yeah, you can just redo the panels. We'll pay to have them redone, but we're not messing with the carpentry. And it's like, man, that's amazing
Yep.
that there's such high attention paid to that level of quality is incredible.
And craftsmen and women.
It is.
Nowadays, like, I'm having trouble with welders and fabricators. It's
Sure.
like, we need to raise awareness for that, because to make something at this high level,
Yep,
these people have been doing it their whole life. And
agree.
is-
Generational.
yeah, you gotta make sure that the next generation knows. Like, we have very talented metal fabricators, and I have one that's kind of getting older, and he said, Justin, I got 3 more years before I retire. You got 3 years to take what's in
Right,
here.
it's
and
true.
put it in
It's
the next
true.
one.
I
And
deal
it's
with the same
so
that
true.
you want to be able to take that information, because there's so much value in it, and really pair them with a young employee and somebody that they can kind of mentor and take on. But
Yeah, and like over the years, you guys have bailed us out on a bunch of projects, and the crew that you have, the electricians, I tell everybody, I'm like, look, you can go with whoever you want, but if you want the best, you gotta
thank
call.
you, Justin. I
It's
appreciate
true.
that.
You know, would hang out with the guys here, and it's like, man, but they've been doing this their whole life.
Agree.
And they like doing it.
They do, and
And
they
the new-
enjoy. I mean, if you look and see that most people here are here to just be a part of this tournament that's happening. Everybody knows that this is going to education and to scholarships and back into the community, and that's why people are here. It really is.
From all over the world. I mean, where does Michael Jordan go when he wants a when
I
he
know,
wants a
you know
boat
what,
built?
that came up too. Exactly,
Comes here.
exactly. And he could go anywhere. Yeah.
Anywhere.
Anywhere.
He could buy any company he wants to build
But
a
you know
boat.
what? He's not alone. It's not just him. I would say so many of these builders, they could be building their boats anywhere, and they're choosing to do it, and they're choosing to buy more than one boat or more than two boats.
Yeah, once you're a customer for life.
Correct.
That speaks to the craftsmanship that's in this one small part of the United States. It's crazy.
It is. But you know, where we're from, and also where we visit for all other shows, we see these boats everywhere across the world. So for me, it's really important to just get to be a part of it and to see them and hear that maybe they won a tournament. And so has anybody ever come to you and said, you know, I would have won if it, I'm asking the question, we're going to interview a couple of crew, like, is there anything electrical that they wish they had differently, that, you know, or that hindered them? Have you ever had anybody come to you and say, man, if I had the exhaust a little or tweaked a little?
I wish. I mean, you know, a lot of times the exhaust is like an afterthought. Like, you don't really think of it. But it's like those who know.
They know, exactly.
And they'll come to us and be like, hey, why did you do this? Would you think about doing like that? And it's like, that's a great question.
It's true.
Yeah, you know.
So much custom work.
These men and women know
exactly
and so
what
when
they're
they
doing.
talk, it's not like your everyday customer kicking tires. It's like, really, and we'll invite them in and say, hey, let's have a conversation
tell us
with
how
the
to do
engineering
it. Where do you want
department.
us to make a change,
works
or
for
what can
you?
we do? Yeah.
You know, I hate cold call. I don't like
I know.
selling. I hate knocking on doors. Tell me, what do you think? How can I add value to you? Oh,
Sure.
that's a problem? Hey guys, can we fix this?
Right.
And that's better
100%.
anyway. It's a funner way to do business.
It is. And for them, you know, the most successful part of this, and I keep pointing backwards, but, you know, the boats that are coming in today, you know, I was watching them and they're so excited for each other. But to them, a successful boat trip is, you know, tight lines and making sure everybody got back safe.
Yep.
And so I think both of us play a big part in that.
Yeah, and that's a good point. You have all the builders here, but they all get along. They're all supporting each other.
They all are.
It's like a beautiful thing when
Industry
the
can
greed
come
is
together.
out and it's like, hey, what are the best practices here? What worked over here? What didn't? Oh, that didn't work over there. That's a safety hazard. How can we engineer that out? It's just fun. It's not.
Agree.
You know what I mean? Like it can get icky, like down in Fort Lauderdale, and it's great. It's a great,
Sure.
but you know.
But it is nice to see, and it is a different world, and it is nice to be a part of it. And actually, in a way, you know, it's. I hate to say this, but it's kind of nice that it's maybe only a few of us who happen to know the secret. But we do, and the secret's going to get out. And the secret's getting out that Wanchese and the Outer Banks is absolutely where a lot of this quality boat building is. So
the collaboration. I mean, everybody getting together. When I came back to DeAngelo, you know, you were kind of like a mentor to me, telling me where I need to be and how I need. It's that. Like, you don't need to tell me anything. Like,
right.
But the fact that you do that, it just helps everybody. Like, that means a lot to me, obviously.
Oh, thank you. No, we're all part of the same industry, and we all need to make each other successful. So,
what do they say?
Yeah,
High
tide raises all
There you
boats.
go.
So, well, thank you, Justin.
Amen.
Thank you for being here today, and thank you for
Absolutely.
being such a great partner and working together. And I look forward to many projects we work on in the future.
Amen. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you for joining us this season of the Wards Way podcast. Be sure you subscribe because there's much more to come.